I just built the smallest planted aquarium I've ever made. This little tank holds just 1.2 gallons. Tiny, right? At first glance, it might look a bit bigger on camera. But despite its size, it's become one of my favorite setups to date. What makes this build even more special is that I didn't spend a lot. In fact, almost everything you'll see here is recycled. From old tanks to leftover soil, it has no filter, barely needs maintenance, and still turn out crystal clear. Sounds impossible? Let me show you how I did it. It all started with a metal stand I bought. It's one of those 5-layer shelf racks you usually see in storage rooms. I removed one of the shelves and thought to myself, what if I use this for an aquarium rack? I wasn't too confident it could handle heavy tanks, so I decided to go small. Really small. That's when I remembered the tiny tank I had stored away. I carefully washed the tank, scrubbing every inch of it, trying to get rid of the old watermark stains. Honestly, I'd almost forgotten about it. It was just sitting there in the storage area, getting dust and water stains, but the size, it was perfect. Luckily, I found this tank. This tank is literally the size of my palm. Just 8 inches tall, 6 inches wide, and 6 inches deep. But something about working with a space this small got me excited. I didn't plan any specific layout for this build. I started placing small lever rocks in the center, slowly angling them sideways, moving them around until it felt right. The key with a hardscape like this is to take your time. Don't rush it. Let your creativity guide you. And once you're happy, start locking things into place. I found a piece of driftwood that fit perfectly into the layout. It was like it was meant to be there. Gluing everything together, though, was the tricky part. Because the tank is so small, getting into those tight gaps with glue and cotton was tough. But I managed to make it work. Next up, the substrate. I had some used soil from my old tank, so I decided to reuse it. Most of the nutrients are probably gone, but I added just one root tap to give the plant a slow, steady boost. One is enough. Too much, and it could trigger algae, especially in a tank this small. To add depth, I built up the soil more in the background and placed the plants there. For the foreground, I laid down some clean white sand and added a few small pebbles for details. It's a simple touch, but it makes a big difference. Now comes my favorite part, planting. I didn't overthink it. I just started placing whatever healthy cuttings I had. The idea was to add as many as I could to increase the chances of them thriving. While planting, I misted the tank frequently. It might seem unnecessary, but dry air and bright lights can stress the plants quickly. A little misting goes a long way. Once everything was in place, I slowly filled the tank with water. As expected, the water turned cloudy, but that's normal. Soil, sand, and hardscape always release some dust. With time, it clears up on its own. If you have a filter, it clears faster. I didn't use one here. Now, a few weeks later, the water is crystal clear. The plants have settled in, and the layout looks natural and peaceful. Despite its size, this tiny tank turned out better than I ever imagined. What I love most about this build is how simple it is. No fancy equipment, no high-tech gear, just creativity, patience, and a bit of trial and error. This setup barely needs any maintenance. I did a few water changes during the first month, and now all I do is top it off when water evaporates. This was an experiment, and I'm honestly proud of how it turned out. It just goes to show that you don't need a big budget or a huge tank to create something beautiful.